Time for another episode of Damien Ruins Horror Movies. My name is Damien. Tonight we're doing Tales from the Crypt Season 2, Episode 7. You can watch all these with me on YouTube if you go down to the link below in the note. As always, this episode is brought to you by Cool Dude Inks. Click that link too and go make yourself look good. Time to cue up the whiskey bat so you can listen to on Spotify. Let's do it. James is an insurance salesman, and he's on his way to his client's house when, along the way in the elevator, he runs into a beautiful woman. His client, Sebastian Fielding, is a no-nonsense, super rich old guy. And James was sent by his boss, Jerry Jasper, who's an old friend of Sebastian Fielding's. And after they come to a deal, that beautiful woman from the elevator comes walking in to James's surprise, and he's like, is she really going out with him? A few days later, the beautiful woman, Gloria Fielding, tracks him down on his boat where he lives. And they make fuck, but we don't get any boobage. Sebastian's doctor report shows that barring incident, he should live to be about 104 years old. So Gloria and James start to plot, because even though it's only been like maybe a day, he's in love with Gloria and she's in love with him. He's like the butler from Blackenstein. Just, oh, I love you. Why? Yesterday you didn't even know who I was. They meet up that night to seal the deal, and James pushes Sebastian off the balcony. 15 floors. I almost said 15 feet. 15 feet, can you believe that? Gloria goes in and calls the cops, and the cops come, and she pretends to grieve. And for some reason, James is in the house the whole time. Like, if I'm James, I'm getting the fuck away from there as far as possible. I'm not, like, hiding. Because that's a weird thing. Like, when you're in a house, especially this is like a condo, it's not huge. It's nice and luxurious and all that stuff, but it's not huge. And when you're, like, you can kind of tell if you're there for, you know, more than a half hour, you can just feel, I don't know, can't you just kind of feel that there's somebody else here? It's like, is there somebody else here? Like, unless he's being perfectly still, but there would be creaks on the floor from him taking steps. Like, what? Don't be there. When you kill somebody, flee. That's basically a rule for anytime you break the law. Get the fuck out of there. Don't hang around. But Sebastian died before he signed anything, so none of his insurance that he was going to take out are valid. Throwing away that motive, which was part of their plan, but it seemed weird. I thought that this was going to be like their oh shit moment where it's like, oh, we fucked up. Now we're together, but we're poor. But I think she can make enough off of all his shit that she doesn't really need the insurance. They agree not to see each other for a couple of weeks, let things die down. But then, since he is the insurance agent, they will meet up again that way. They will fall in love publicly, and he drops the L-bomb on her right now. But that's the plan. But they're interrupted by the doorbell ringing. And for some reason, because they're about to fuck again, but for some reason, James opens the door. Like, why? What if that were the cops? It's not the cops. It's his boss, Jerry Jasper, played by Michael Ironside from V. I was like, why are you there and why are you answering the door? I didn't even think he checked the peephole first. He's just like, hey, cops. In walks Gloria, and she hates Michael Ironside. She is just not a fan of this dude.
The fuck are you doing here, Jerry?
She tells him to leave.
You can get the hell out of my house and out of my life.
Because it turns out, not only is Michael Ironside an old friend of Sebastian's, Michael Ironside introduced Gloria and Sebastian to each other and they got married. But Michael Ironside has also been in love with her the entire time. So much so that he bought an apartment or a condo, whatever, across the street on the same floor so he could watch her And he does watch her. And tonight is not an exception for him watching her, because he watched her, and he's got a camera. He's basically telling her that, yeah, I've been stalking you. I've been watching your every move, and I got these pictures. And they're pictures of James pushing Sebastian off the balcony to his death. But Michael Ironside doesn't want money. He wants Gloria from dusk till dawn. That's my 12 hours. You get the other 12 hours. We're going to share her, which is a very strange request. In the next scene, she returns home from her first night with Michael Ironside, and she tells James how he took her to the store and paid homeless guys to watch them have sex. Which at first I thought that she was saying that he was paying homeless guys to have sex with her, which was like, what? Like, this is like the peak of AIDS. Why would you have homeless people have sex with your wife? Unless you just didn't, like, I don't know. That wasn't the case, though. He wanted audience. He's doing these horrible things to her, which just twists James up inside. He's like, oh, I don't know what to do. My hands are tied. How are we going to get out of this? So Mr. I love you after 24 days, James decides he's going to do the mature thing and kill himself. He ODs on pills. And, that seems extreme to me, too. She goes to his boat to see him, and she finds his body. And he's got a little note that exonerates her from the murder, which she takes a lighter and lights it on fire. Then she goes back out to the car, and Michael Ironside's driving. Wait a minute. I thought Michael Ironside had her from dusk till dawn. This is daytime. What's going on here? And that's our plot twist. Gloria and Michael Ironside had planned this brilliant, can't believe it worked plan from the beginning as a way to get her and Sebastian away from each other, and so they could take his money while keeping their own hands clean. Stupid, naive James. Throughout the episode, the camera pans in on Sebastian's parrots, but I wasn't sure. I was waiting for them to like come into play at some point, like they saw something and they were going to confess something, but they never really do. But at the end, it pans in on the parrots, and one of the parrots says, "Help me, Gloria." So were they alluding to that then Gloria went and killed Michael Ironside? I don't know. If you guys watch this episode, tell me what you think. Because that is the end of this episode, but that would be weird if she's just constantly, it's like, how much money does she need? If you like these videos, hit like and subscribe. Keep going on this Tales from the Crypt journey with me, because we got a lot more to go. I will see you next time. I love you guys.